Alright guys, what is up? We are back with the Fitcast. This time Mike looks a little bit different. A little plastic surgery. No, this is Phil. You've seen him in a few of our videos, shoulder video, deadlifts. Introduce yourself. Speak to the people.
I'm Phil. You know me from Slamming the Weight, but we're back.
Podcast
This is
today.
the Blue Sheet Podcast.
It's our notes. So Phil is strongman, powerlifting, more base.
A little bit of bodybuilding.
Little intro just because they don't know who you are. They
Yeah.
just know you lift heavy.
I lift heavy. Competed once in strongman.
It wasn't his age group though, so he was competing against guys that have been training for 500 years, so it wasn't really fair.
But I always trained it just for fun. Always made my own equipment, you know, that kind of deal.
We agree on a lot of this stuff. We've been training together for almost 3 years now, so when Mike is on this leave of absence, I'm be substituting him out. So today's podcast, commercial gyms versus hardcore gyms. Why are hardcore gyms disappearing? What happened to train hard? If you rewind about 40 years, the 70s and 80s, every gym was a hardcore gym.
I don't know what happened.
There was no commercial gyms. You talk about like Gold's Gym and the YMCA's that like Kevin Levrone trained at and stuff. These gyms are real and they were insane. So what happened is our question for today. So basically, first things first, what separates a gym in the eyes of most people, hardcore versus commercial? What would you say?
What makes a gym hardcore? It's more about the people that occupy it, I would say. And then the people who occupy the gym, who actually go there on a daily basis, then that kind of creates a reputation for the gym.
Yeah.
But before that, then it's just a building with some equipment in it. But
Living on Staten Island, which is 13 by 8 miles, it's tiny. You know everybody who is big in fitness. If they're on social media and everybody knows everybody. So gyms build reputations. I get when you live in a bigger place like California or Texas, these big places, there's so many gyms, but a place like this, we have probably 10 gyms that are notorious. You know the rep that each one gets. I think that when you think about a hardcore gym for a person who hasn't really had that experience, this is a person who's deciding what gym they want to go to. They look at a few things. I think the music is a big one. My gym plays Billy Joel. Phil's gym plays Metallica, so that's a big
Slayer, Metallica.
Yeah, that's one difference. The equipment, and the equipment not necessarily being new versus old, but advanced. And you know how I feel about advanced equipment. I don't think that it's a real thing, but
The rubber grips.
advanced versus basic. You know, basic machines just being your leg press and your squat rack, but Phil's gym has the hack squat, the unilateral lateral raise. You know, machines that if you were to just see this thing, for someone who's never worked out, you're like, what the heck is that? It looks like a spaceship. But the main thing we want to talk about is we believe that the management is the one who decides what the gym's identity will be. And this is what I call target marketing for members. Target marketing is a popular thing in sports management in terms of selecting the audience that you want to attract to your business. So tell me about the average member that Paulie, when he built Pumping Iron or whoever it is, that he thought of when he built your gym.
Well, I think right off the bat, when he created the name Pumping Iron Staten Island, that attracted, you know, that kind of group. The more the hardcore. It's more of a bodybuilding gym, so it's more of a hardcore. The bodybuilders, the people that are more attracted to the hardcore aspect of training, not just to feel good, but to really look good and just bust their ass in the gym.
One of the biggest things about PI, Pumping Iron, they have 4 treadmills.
Yeah, they have 4 treadmills.
If you think about how management can really set the tone for what they want the member to be, you want to go to a gym and just go on the treadmill for 40 minutes? Well, there's only 4 of them, and they're prehistoric, so...
No one really uses it. Like they warm up on them, but then no one does a full workout, really.
Yeah. In my gym, the YMCA, and this will be a main topic that we touch on, is because we both worked out there. It's just cardio, and then there's a tiny supply closet. You've seen it before in the videos. That's the weight room. So
if you walked into the new LAs over here or anywhere, these LAs, they have a giant. It looks like a Home Depot, and right in the middle, right smack in the middle, there's at least, I gotta say, at least 50 cardio machines.
Ellipticals up the wazoo.
Now, if I had my own gym that size, then at least 3/4 of that space would be like a track of some kind. Like sleds, yokes, farmers carries, and then some kind of like, ellipticals, because you can use them.
Basically, what this breaks down to in my mind is the member versus staff relationship, and people who know me know that I'm very passionate about this. If you've heard about my exploits at the YMCA within the last few months, the member versus staff relationship is a huge thing. When they built the YMCA, and the guy who built it, Joe, I believe when he built this gym, and he bought the gym, or whoever built it, the idea in mind for this gym was, let's appeal to 65-year-old women who will go on the treadmill for 10 minutes and speak, and then go on the sauna butt naked. That's the idea they wanted. So when someone else comes in and they don't fit that mold, they become a pariah. They're an outcast. This is not what they want from the gym. And the reason that commercial gyms are growing in popularity and blowing up is because fitness is not people are not as passionate about fitness as they should be in a way. There's nothing wrong with going to the gym and going to the treadmill. Don't think that we're saying that. It's better than doing nothing. Trust me, a lot of people are injured. They're taking it slow. There's nothing wrong with it. But byproduct of that is commercial gyms rise because of that, and hardcore gyms kind of fall.
Yeah.
You think about the person who, and I'm not throwing shots here. It may sound like it, but the person who goes to the gym and just goes on the treadmill, not so serious about fitness in a way. You could do that outside, really. And those people who aren't so serious, what they do is they continue to pay the gym. The gym knows that they'll sign up and they'll only come periodically. And that's how these gyms make money. Planet Fitness.
That's how they really make money.
Yeah, Planet Fitness, you pay $10 a month, and people go once a month, but $10 is so minimum. And now it's become such a mold that you can charge $40 a month at these things, and people cancel and they come out like crazy. So the member base is huge for these things. And I want you to introduce the YMCA 2 years ago to our debate, because the YMCA, as I spoke about, is a tiny gym with that member base, 65-year-old woman.
Yeah, when I talked on, what did I say? The members make the gym hardcore. What? Oh, so it's the gym is made by really the members, but then the gym gets the reputation for being hardcore. Well, the YMCA, like, you don't think that's like a hardcore gym, but we had a group of us guys that were in there, and we would train really hard.
Every night, 6:30.
Yeah, every night, 7 days a week, probably 3-4 hours a day. And
that's what that gym became.
Yeah, it was hardcore for us.
You know, people think hardcore, and you think you need music. You need it. Like, if I don't got crazy equipment, look at this gym that we're in right now. That we work out in. I work out in this gym 6 times a week. You don't need equipment to make a gym hardcore.
And it's cold in here.
you need a barbell and a bunch of weight is all you need to have a good workout. While it's nice to have crazy equipment, it's nice to have hack squats going all over the place and nice benches. You don't need it, and you don't need music either. It's the you buy headphones. That's kind of the way.
At least get a heater.
And get a heater too. This thing, it's 45 degrees in here right now. But when we went to the YMCA and we had 9 guys in there, if you followed Staten Island 9, you know about this. We just worked real hard, and we just didn't take no for an answer from the workers, and there were so many of us in there. And it's only 9, but it's a small gym, so it's proportional to the size of the gym. In a huge factory gym, you'd need like 100 guys to do it, but you know, we just worked real hard, and we just did our thing. And one of the big things that you have to differentiate between is disrespectful versus real. You know, you want to be real when you work out. You want to be tough. You want to be hardcore, but you don't go around disrespecting people. Everyone. You've heard me say before, if you're in the gym and you're working out, you're not bothering the people, you have earned my respect. You're making yourself better. And there's nothing that I can say to disrespect you now. If you're running around like a jackdoodle, then yeah, I'm not gonna respect you. But we worked real hard, and we worked like it was our gym, but we didn't disrespect people. And because of that, the staff knew, hey, let's stay away from these guys. Nothing we say to these. They would try to come in there and tell us, stop making so much noise. Put the speaker away. Say, hey, why don't you come lift some of this weight and you tell me to put the speaker away? And the guy just be like,
well, the thing is, that gym, it's a small, like, when you think of it from like a business standpoint, we were really the only ones using it. So now no one's using it, and they're still paying for it. Yeah. So the membership that would have paid for it isn't there anymore. So, you know, you gotta look at it like that. Like, they couldn't really tell us to leave. We left anyway.
I think that the biggest thing, and obviously the question to start was, what happened to hardcore gyms? Nothing happened to hardcore gyms. What happened to hardcore training is the question, because your gym isn't determined by what's in there. Your gym isn't determined by who's in there. And if people go in and they train hard, you know, there are certain gyms that I've been to that there's like an hour or 2 hour gap where people know it's about to get real here. And that used to be, once the sun went down at the YMCA, those old people would clear out because they know, these guys are coming in. And that's kind of disappeared a little bit. And as I said before, it's a real cardio revolution that's taken over in the past 10 years or so. And that's fine. People are in good shape. People are learning more about fitness. A lot of the guys who are good at fitness, they're not hardcore. There's no more Ronnie Colemans out there. You see, like, some of the good bodybuilders train hard, but a lot of your fitness models, and we'll do our next podcast will be on fitness models and your big name fitness guys. You got a few that are real good. Love watching Larry Wheels work. Love watching like Thor work and them, but
the real professionals, you know, they're professionals.
They train hard. They don't train for the camera, you know, because they make their living off of this. And
what they do on camera, they also do off camera.
Yeah, they don't train. Too many people want to look good in front of the camera. I'm wearing a bandana right now in a 45-degree garage. I don't care what I look like. I care about getting the information to you guys. So basically, just to finish up, because I try to make these podcasts a little bit shorter since the 40-minute one a few weeks ago. Nothing happened to hardcore gyms. Hardcore training has decreased. And the big difference that you can make is just go in and not worry about, you know, when I get into a big set, it's me and the weight. It doesn't matter who's around me. It doesn't mean I'm going to start cursing people out. It doesn't mean I'm going to start throwing weight at people, even though I've done it before. It means that it's me in the gym, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get what I want to get done. And if you don't like that, then they can kick me out of the gym. But when we had all our guys in there, and we turned the worst gym you would ever walk into. This is an embarrassment of a gym. And we turned it into one of the spots in Staten Island, and everyone who works out in Staten Island knows that the YMCA was that for a time.
That's what I was saying. Like, they couldn't kick us out because that's what held up that little joint.
Yeah, for a while.
9 members.
Yeah, for a while it was just us, you know. Yeah. And so now it's just me in there, and I try to keep it going, but that's why I built the garage. Kind of. It's just like it was a bit futile. Because when there's a battle in every commercial gym between your hardcore staff and your hardcore members. The hardcore staff want to uplift that image that the management has set, but the hardcore members usually unintentionally want to break it. I didn't start the YMCA thinking, hey, let me go piss off all these members. I went in the YMCA thinking, hey, let me go work hard. And in doing so, I make noise, I lift heavy, and the 80-year-old woman who's doing negative 3 miles per hour on the treadmill, she may not like that. But that's not my business, you know? So, closing statements?
Yeah, so what we say, it's the members that make it. Nothing really happened to the hardcore gyms that, like, you know, you see back in the 70s, 80s. You know, they're still around, but what also I think happened is they got flooded by these commercial gyms, but it is the members that make it. You can have a commercial gym, but you can also have hardcore members in it.
Exactly, so, yeah. You get your guys together and you have an hour. Let's say, hey, let's all start training at 7 p.m. on the weekends. So now 7 p.m. at the weekends, I guarantee that gym, give it a month, and people will know. People, even if it's a big gym. And commercial gyms will continue to rise. Staten Island is a prime example of that. There are no good gyms on Staten Island. Not one. Pumping Iron is...
Each one does something better than the other.
Like Pumping Iron is an awesome gym, but it's small. And they don't have the cardio equipment. As someone who works, I'd say I work at hardcore, I do like having cardio equipment to my disposal. It's like the Powerhouse, which has a lot that they can improve, and then every other gym on top of that. Sports Club is packed to the brim, and I've heard people I trust talk real bad about Sports Club. And then like the Intoxes, the Crunches, the LA Fitnesses, obviously YMCA's. Those are just commercial gyms. That Intox is one that's trying, and I think that there's potential there, but gonna experiment with it. For now, we've got Exile, the most hardcore gym on Staten Island.
Pretty much.
Don't debate. Don't debate.
I mean, it's 40 degrees in here. Still training.
Killer workout. All right, but we're pretty much done for the day. Big workout, big podcast. We'll be back in here Wednesday night. Hopefully, we'll have another person like right around like here or something. I don't know how we'd even do 3 people, but that's it, right?
That's it.
All right, tune in Wednesday. I'm gonna post this on Sunday night. Peace out, y'all. Should probably stop the video now.